PFL World Tournament 8 2025 finals. These are the full card predictions and the betting breakdown. I'm looking forward to my brother Alex breaking down the entire card. So make sure you guys smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on and make sure you share the video too. My brother's been breaking down PFL on the channel the entire season, and now it's the final round. So give him a watch. Here's his picks. Check him out.
What is going on, everybody? We are back with the PFL predictions. In this one, we got the World Tournament finals. We got the welterweight finals with Adjoudj taking on Logan Storley. And then we got the featherweight finals with Khaybulaev taking on Jesus Pinedo. I'm excited to break this whole card down and give you guys my predictions. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into the first fight of the night. So first fight of the night, we got Matt Turnbull taking on Pagliarulo. And in this fight, I'm going with Pagliarulo to get the win. I think Pagliarulo is going to be able to keep this fight at range. I think he's going to use that distance, keep Turnbull on the outside, and touch him up on the feet. Turnbull, I would say he's kind of like a pressure style. He likes coming forward. He throws some pretty explosive combinations at times, but I think in this fight, I think his stand-up's going to be behind Pagliarulo. I think Pagliarulo is a little bit more technical on the feet, a little bit slicker with his shots, and I think he's going to overwhelm him with the straight punches coming down the center. Matt Turnbull, we're going to see him try to push the fight to the cage, use the wrestling in this fight. Could he potentially shut down Pagliarulo if he's able to get the fight to the ground? I don't think so. I don't think Turnbull's going to be able to do that. I haven't really seen Pagliarulo with a solid wrestler, so his wrestling is slightly a question. But in this fight with Turnbull, I don't think Turnbull is this great wrestler with amazing ground game. He's a journeyman fighter. I don't think he's that impressive, and I see him losing the fight to Pagliarulo. I think Pagliarulo is going to stop whatever Turnbull's going to be giving him. I can see Turnbull trying to get the fight to the ground, but I think Pagliarulo is going to be able to piece him up from the outside, stop the takedowns, and bust him up. Potentially, we could see a finish in this fight. The odds on this one, we got Pagliarulo sitting at a minus 900 favorite, and then Turnbull is the plus 600. So we got pretty wide odds in this fight, and I see it going to the favorite Pagliarulo to get it done. I think he wins this fight. I would assume I think he could get a finish in this one. I think we could see Pagliarulo finish Turnbull. But Pagliarulo, I think he should get the win. I think he pieces up Turnbull from the outside, busts him up, and I see him winning the fight. Next fight of the night, we got Sirach Shields versus Meck. Now, this is going to be a smotherfest. Both of these guys, very much wrestlers, both like pushing the opponent to the cage, grinding them out. And I'm hoping it's not a terribly boring fight, which it's probably going to be. Sirach Shields is coming off that pretty solid win against Joseph Luciano, where I didn't really know much about Sirach Shields before that fight. And he came out there and absolutely manhandled Luciano. His wrestling looked very solid. I like the way he was pressuring forward, getting the fight to the cage, using the grappling. And then Meck, very solid wrestler. He is coming off that win against Alan Dominguez. Meck, I would say he does have a tendency to sometimes gas out. And in this fight, if he's able to finish Sirach Shields early, that's his best bet. But I am worried about that gas tank in this one, and I think Sirach Shields is going to be coming in shape. I don't think he's going to be getting as tired as Meck. And I don't really see him getting finished by Meck super early. So I've been back and forth because I could see this fight being really close. Sirach Shields is going to bring the wrestling. Meck's going to be bringing that wrestling. But I want to lean towards Sirach Shields to get it done. I don't know. This guy looked pretty scary in his fight against Joseph Luciano, and I feel like I want to lean him to win. I think he's going to be able to outgrind Meck. Both of these guys are pretty much going to be trying to do the exact same thing to each other. Both are trying to wrestle fuck one another. But Meck is a solid wrestler. Pretty sure he was an All-American wrestler. So the wrestling is there for both of these guys. Could Meck go out there, get the fight to the ground fast? He's going to be maybe he's a little more explosive, comes out with a big double leg, gets Sirach Shields down to the ground. I don't know. We could see both of these fighters could be on their back at some points of the fight, but I am leaning Sirach Shields to be able to get it done. I think the gas tank is slightly better, and I see Sirach Shields being able to beat Nick Meck. So I'm going Sirach Shields to get it done. I would assume either by, I don't know, I would say potentially a decision or maybe a mid to late round finish. Maybe end the second, middle of the third round. The odds on this fight, we got Sirach Shields sitting at a -137, and Nick Meck is the +117. Pretty decently close lines. I would say this is kind of a, you could say, a tough fight to call because both of these guys are pretty solid wrestlers. Both are going to be trying to do the same thing, bringing the opponent, pushing them up against the cage. So who's going to win the grind? I think Sirach Shields is going to be able to win it, so I'm going him to get it done. I'm going to lean towards, I'm going to say a decision, but he could get a late finish over Nick Meck. So I'm going Sirach Shields to get it done. Next fight of the night, we got Nathan Kelly taking on Frederick Dupras. This fight, Nathan Kelly fighting out of SBG Ireland. Supposedly supposed to be a decent prospect, but these guys coming out of SBG Ireland sometimes tend to be mid. That's all I'm saying. Nathan Kelly is coming off of 2 losses, and his last loss was to Taekyung Kim, who had dropped him with a big left hand and then was able to get his back and submit him. And then Frederick Dupras is coming off that loss to Gabriel Braga, where he had a tight-ass guillotine on Braga, but Braga was able to get out of that. When I saw him have that submission, I thought he had it. It looked tight as fuck. That guillotine was in. But Braga was then able to get Dupras' back and tap him out with a rear naked choke. But in this fight, Nathan Kelly, could you say maybe he's a little bit better on the feet, a little bit better at range? You could maybe say he might have the slight advantage, but I don't know. I think Dupras is stronger. I think Dupras is going to be much stronger in this fight. I think he's going to be able to push him up against the cage and use the grappling. I think Dupras is going to be able to get this fight to the ground, and I can see him tapping out Nathan Kelly in this one. Nathan Kelly, he also had that loss to Ahmed Magomedov before his last loss against Taekyung Kim. Nathan Kelly, I'm not too impressed with what I've seen from him. Dupras, I think he's slightly better. I don't think neither of these guys are great at all by any means, but I think Dupras is going to be the stronger fighter in this matchup, and I see him using that wrestling, being able to push him up against the cage and get a submission win over Nathan Kelly. So I'm going Dupras to win this fight by a sub. Dupras is sitting at a +135, and Nathan Kelly is the -155 favorite. Nathan Kelly, decent jiu-jitsu, could be a slight threat, especially if Dupras is coming off that loss to Braga, where Braga is not known for submissions. But I want to lean Dupras to get it done. I like Dupras to win. I think he's gonna be stronger than Nathan Kelly, and I think the strength difference will be the difference in this fight. And I think Dupras gets him to the ground. I think we could even see him wrap up a guillotine on Nathan Kelly. So I'm going Frederick Dupras to win this fight by a sub. I think he's going to be able to get it done over Nathan Kelly. Dupras, I think he gets it done. I like him to win. Next fight of the night, we got Hassan Kadimagomaev versus Kyle Driscoll. Kadimagomaev. But Magomaev, decently slick on the feet. He's got solid striking base, and he's got a very pressure-heavy wrestling style. He likes to smother. He likes to grind out his opponents. Grapple fuck them, as we'd call it. Kyle Driscoll, I would say, decent kickboxer. Likes mixing in his leg kicks. He's got a pretty mean one, too. His ground game is decent, but I wouldn't say that's what he's known for by any means. He's got 1 submission on his record. Kyle Driscoll, I would say maybe he's more of a power puncher than Kadimagomaev. Kyle Driscoll might be a little more powerful, more pop in his punches, but I think in this fight, I think Kadimagomaev is going to be able to beat him up. I like his style on the feet. He's kind of got like a Soviet boxing style mixed in with that fucking heavy pressure wrestling that he's going to be doing to Kyle Driscoll. I think he's going to dominate. I think Kyle Driscoll is going to get dominated in this fight by Kadimagomaev. I think he's going to be getting taken down left and right, and I even think on the feet, I don't really see him being able to beat up Kadimagomaev. I think the wrestling, you got Hassan Kadimagomaev way better. So I'm going Kadi to get it done. I think he's going to use the wrestling, mix it in with a little bit of strikes on the feet, and I could see him winning this fight. I could see him submitting Kyle Driscoll, but I don't know. I'll maybe lean a decision for this one. I think Hassan Kadimagomaev is going to probably just grind out Kyle Driscoll. Use the wrestling. Odds on this fight, Driscoll is sitting at a plus 123, and Hassan is the minus 143 favorite. But I really do see Kadimagomaev being able to take control of this fight and take control of Kyle Driscoll. I think he's going to be able to get him to the ground, grind him out, and I see him winning this fight. Next fight of the night, we got Jacob Kaszuba taking on Sergio Cossio. Jacob Kaszuba, undefeated prospect, 14-0 versus journeyman Cossio. Who do you think I'm going? Obviously, I'm going Kaszuba. I think he's going to be able to fucking touch him up on the feet. I honestly would say he's going to fucking knock him out. I think Sergio Cossia's getting chinned in this fight. Could we maybe see Sergio Cossia shut down the striking of Kaszuba and be able to get the fight to the ground? I would say that's what Sergio's known for, is using the wrestling, getting the fight to the ground, using a little bit of jiu-jitsu. But I can't really see him shutting down Kaszuba using that grappling. But I'm going Jacob Kaszuba. I think he's going to chin Sergio Cossia in this fight. Cossia, I'm not too impressed by. He's coming off that loss to Dedrick Saunders by a KO, and I see him getting KO'd again by Jacob Kaszuba. The odds on this fight, extremely wide. We got Kaszuba sitting at a minus 700 favorite, and Sergio Cossio is the plus 500 underdog. But I see him getting chinned. I think he's going to get knocked out in this fight against Kaszuba. So I'm going Jacob Kaszuba to finish Sergio Cossio in this fight. I think he's going to fuck him up. I think he's going to beat the shit out of him, tag him up on the feet with big, heavy shots, and I see him crumbling Sergio Cossio. Next fight of the night, we got Jordan Newman taking on Islam Abdul Baset. And in this fight, Jordan Newman likes mixing in that grappling with this slight striking style. Decent on the feet. And I see him being able to dominate Islam Abdul Baset in this fight. Jordan Newman, high-level wrestler, with also his striking's been looking pretty solid. I can't pick against him. Jordan Newman should be able to destroy Baset in this one. Baset, I would say he's more of a pressure-heavy style, likes coming forward, trying to throw big overhand shots and land like bombs on his opponents. And I can't really see him doing too much to Jordan Newman. I think Jordan Newman's going to stay at range on the feet, mix in a couple strikes, and then shoot the fucking double leg, get the fight to the ground. I think he's going to beat up Baset in this one. I'm gonna go him to probably get this fight. I don't know. Maybe I'll lean decision. Or do we go finish? I don't know. Jordan Newman should be able to take control of Baset in this fight. I think he's going to be able to beat him up on the feet. The wrestling's going to be a big advantage for him, and I see him dominating Baset. The odds on this fight, we got Jordan Newman sitting at a minus 950, and Islam Abdul Baset is the plus 650 underdog, and he's going to get fucked up. Jordan Newman, I think he's going to destroy him in this fight. Easy, unanimous decision, or he could even get a finish. So, Jordan Newman, any means necessary. I think he gets the fight done and beats Baset. Next fight of the night, we got Adjoudj versus Yves Landu. Yves Landu, decent striker, likes using the wrestling. Adjoudj, I would say he's a very slick striker. Very quick on his feet, throws fast combinations. And he also's got good wrestling as well. He's got good ground game, good jiu-jitsu. Yves Landu, in this fight, his style would be to be able to probably get the fight to the ground, pressure against the cage. But in this fight against Adjoudj, I don't see him being able to do that. I think Adjoudj is going to be able to fucking tag him up on the feet. He's going to be hitting him with some heavy straight shots. Yves Landu, he's probably going to try to panic wrestle, get the fight to the ground. And then I see Adjoudj beating him up. I think Adjoudj could finish Yves Landu in this fight. So that's what I'm going to say. I think Yves Landu's getting finished in this one. I think Adjoudj is going to be tagging him up on the feet. And I think then on the ground, he's even going to be getting beat up. I think this kid Adjoudj is very solid. I like his striking. I like his wrestling. He's got solid ground game, and his kickboxing is very good. I like the speed at which he throws his shots. I like the way he stands. I like the way he moves. And I see Adjoudj being able to get it done over Yves Landu. Landu, very much of a journeyman, we'd say. Adjoudj, I would say this is probably his toughest test, you could say. He's coming off that win against Jose Perez. But I would say Yves Landu, this is going to be his toughest fight yet. But I think he's going to perform very well, and I see him beating Yves Landu in this fight. So I'm going to Adjoudj to get it done. I think he beats Yves Landu. The odds, we got Landu sitting at a plus 165, and Adjoudj, hopefully I'm saying the fucking name right, Asil Adjoudj, probably not, is sitting at a minus 190 favorite, and I see him getting it done over Landu. I think Landu's going to lose this fight. I think Adjoudj is going to be tagging him up on the feet. Mixing in the striking with the wrestling. Yves Landu's going to be trying to panic wrestle, probably try to use the wrestling as well. Could he maybe shut down Adjoudj? I don't think so. I don't think his wrestling's that good to absolutely shut down Adjoudj's strikes. So I'm going to Adjoudj to get this fight done. I think he tags him up on the feet, mixes in the wrestling, and wins this fight. I think he's going to stop Yves Landu in this one. Now, on to the tournament finals. In the featherweight division, we got Movlid Khaybulaev taking on Jesus Pinedo. Movlid Khaybulaev, we saw him versus Jeremy Kennedy, where he won a very close split decision, where he was getting fucked up in that fight. Jeremy Kennedy was tagging him up on the feet, pinging him apart. Some even could maybe say he could have lost that fight. But I'll give it to him. He won the decision, but he was getting fucked up in that fight. He was getting tagged, getting hit with big shots. Jeremy Kennedy was able to stun him a couple times, and Kennedy was going in there as a huge underdog, and he gave a very tough fight. And then in his last fight against Taekyung Kim, he was able to win that unanimous decision. He was able to use the grappling. Striking didn't look awful. But in this fight with Jesus Pinedo, he's coming off that vicious win against Gabriel Braga, where he chinned him. And then before that, Adam Borics, where he knocked him out. Jesus Pinedo has been on a tear, and I think he's going to... I can't see Movlid Khaybulaev shutting down Jesus Pinedo in this fight. I think the striking is going to overwhelm Khaybulaev, and I see Jesus Pinedo winning the fight. Could Khaybulaev use that wrestling and shut down Pinedo? I don't know. I'm going to say no. I think Pinedo's striking is going to be too much for Khaybulaev in this fight, and I think he's going to be getting pinged apart on the feet. I think he's going to be getting tagged up bad. And I think he's going to pick up his first loss. I think he's due for a loss after his, I wouldn't say impressive performances in the tournament. He's looked very lackluster, overhyped, and I think Pinedo is going to shut him down in this fight. I think Khaybulaev's losing this one. I think Pinedo's going to fucking hit that chin and chin him. I think Movlid Khaybulaev's getting taken out. I think Jesus Pinedo is going to go out there, piece him up, tag him up hard on the feet, land some big shots. We're going to see Khaybulaev try to use the wrestling. He's going to be shooting desperately, trying to get the fight to the ground. But I think Pinedo's going to keep the distance, stay on the outside, stop the takedowns, and I see Pinedo chinning Khaybulaev in this fight. I think he's going to fuck him up. The odds, we got Pinedo sitting at a minus 165 favorite, and Khaybulaev is the plus 145 underdog. So, Pinedo, I think he's going to fuck up Khaybulaev in this one. I think he's going to piece him apart. So I'm going Jesus Pinedo to win this fight by a KO, TKO, one of the two. I think he fucks him up. Now, on to the main event. We got the welterweight finals with Adjoudj taking on Logan Storley. Adjoudj is coming off that very close decision against Jason Jackson, where some could definitely argue he lost that fight, but they pushed him through because the PFL needs this kid. All right, the PFL. He's becoming the face of PFL at this point. Thad Jean is going up against Logan Storley, who's a very high-level wrestler, grinds out his opponents, gets the fight to the ground, and just beats him up for the whole 3 rounds of the fight. That's what normally happens for Logan Storley. But in this fight with Thad Jean, I don't know if Logan Storley is going to be able to dominate with the wrestling. Logan Storley, we saw in his last fight against Masayuki Kikuri, he was able to dominate. He definitely dominated him. But at moments, we saw Logan Storley getting tagged up by Kikuri. Kikuri was able to land on the feet, and we saw Logan Storley get stunned a few times. I'm pretty sure it was that second round. He was getting tagged up. Logan Storley, I wouldn't say that was an easy fight. He dominated him for sure, but he faced some adversity when Kikuri was able to tag him up on the feet. But the thing with Thad Jean, I think he's got more power than Kikuri does. And if Thad Jean is able to land just a few, maybe one big shot on Logan Storley, I think Storley's going out. So I can't pick against Thad Jean in this fight. Could we say Logan Storley could potentially shut him down with the wrestling? I would say that's definitely a factor. We saw Thad Jean in that fight with Jason Jackson. He got taken down a couple times, got controlled for a little bit. He was able to get back to his feet, but I would say Logan Storley is the better wrestler compared to Jason Jackson. And in this fight, I would say Logan Storley is the better wrestler against Thad Jean. But I do think the threat on the feet for Thad Jean is going to be a lot for Logan Storley to handle. I think Logan Storley's probably going to fucking get hit with a big shot, and he might freeze a little. He'll start to panic. So he's going to be trying to get the fight to the ground, but I don't know. Thad Jean's range is going to be there too. He needs one shot to KO Logan Storley, and I think he's going to be able to chin Storley in this fight. So I'm going with Thad Jean to knock out Logan Storley in this one. The odds on this fight, Thad Jean is the minus 205 favorite. Logan Storley is the plus 175 underdog. Could some people argue and say, no, Logan Storley's going to be able to shut him down? I mean, if it was just a grappling match, yeah. But when those strikes get involved, I think Logan Storley's going to freeze up, and I think Thad Jean is going to fucking chin him. So I'm going Thad Jean to knock out Logan Storley. I think he's going to put on a good performance, and I think he wins the tournament. Thad Jean should be able to get it done. I think he knocks him out. So I'm going Thad Jean to finish Logan Storley. What round should we say? Should we go early or mid-round? You know, I'm gonna go middle of the second round. I think Logan Storley is going to be able to last at least till then. But I eventually see Logan Storley getting hit with a big shot and going down. So I'm going with Thad Jean to knock out Logan Storley. So those are my predictions for the PFL World Tournament Finals. And let me know what you guys think of my picks. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. And if you want to check out my channel, a link will be down in the description. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.